I kind of get the feel of Mercury in Leo because I'm kind of I can't remember anybody in my life that has Mercury in Leo. I have a strange relationship with Leo because of my moon in Aquarius at 15 degrees, and it's right in the middle of all the degrees, 30 degrees spectrum, and so just about any planet in Leo, especially the sun or the moon, um, it opposes my moon. And I don't have a problem, actually. I find that they are very attracted to me because I'm an entertainer of sorts. I shine a little bit, um, and they're attracted to shiny things. Well, I'm an Aries rising, and they're attracted to Aries risings, of course. Um, Fire signs, and but then there's also the big but. You know what I mean? Um, we don't like too big of an exhausting ego. We don't like narcissists. We don't like people that are incapable of being interested in anybody. Like they don't allow space to even see. You can't keep picking on it like this. The bottom line is that they aren't self-aware, so they aren't you aware. Um, uh, this is not really what I wanted to talk about. I'm leaving this open for kitten play in case my cats come. Baby sweeties! Sweetheart! Sage and Emerald. Blue Sage and Emerald is their name. Boy is Blue Sage, or just Sage, and Emerald is her name. Anyway, I wanted to recap on, the last movie I made. I wanted to see, we need to talk about what is silent with the T, and then what is silence. Isn't that weird? Like, have you ever thought of it? And I don't want to look at the dictionary just yet because a lot of times they say silent is what is silent, something like that. It's like silence is what is silence, or something, or silent. And um, there's a reason why that there's those two things there, and you have to differentiate, and then you listen to when it's being used. Um, I say that what is silent within silence is the truth. And it's true with when you look at the word silent um, versus silence, the difference is the T in there. The T is truth. Sorry, I've got, this is a mess, but I did a little math of my own. Um, the T is truth. That's what it is. It's always there. Sorry, there's a fly in here. There, and that fly is here too, but it's like going like this. And I'm going to kill it. Maybe it heard me. It's right there. Usually when they hear me say that, they skedaddle. They're like, try it. If you ever get ants on your counter or you don't want something to be there, especially bugs, don't use poisons. Try this first. Get into the intention of it. I mean, just the intention means that, you know what, I've killed ants before. I can do it again. And tell them that. Say, excuse me. Say, raise your voice. Put your voice on it. And within 30 seconds, all of those ants will leave. If it's a bunch of ants, baby, baby, Sage, come on, Sage, come on, boo. Oh. They are learning how to. This is just their second day and a half, and I'm in the middle of getting their food situated. Kitten food, I guess, but you know how you can't really trust some of that stuff, and so I'm kind of wary, and I'll do my best. I'm excited about just getting them, like trying to, their mama is out in the wild, or their parent would bring them stuff like, heavy duty meats. The cats like heavy duty proteins and stuff, and so I'm not a meat eater myself. I'll eat fish every once in a while, but when I pay attention to how I feel, then I'm like, that's why I don't eat. And stop eating. I found out today that or my last video, see, I couldn't hold my breath long enough. I was afraid I was going to waste 50, 40 minutes. I don't know. I felt like that. Well, at this one point, and I was watching it again, I was like, you know what? I don't think we need to breathe. That's some kind of an illusion. Why did it feel like that I could just keep holding my breath? I was like, I'm not going to waste these people's time because I've swam a lot and I have conditioned myself to be able to hold my breath. Well, not that long though. But I was sitting there thinking, you know, I feel like I don't even have to breathe, which is weird. And I did that a few years ago. I was certain, you know, that we don't have to eat. And I dialed in on the very reason why we think that we need to eat, especially so much, and what is behind it. Well, illusion is behind it. Your mind. The mind burns a lot of energy. Talk about what burns just energy in general, like all of the resources down to flat white ashes, is that world out there that upholds the mind that says it's more real than maybe just being present. Let's get back to self-sufficiency, or more like what I mean is self-aware and then aware of the other. That it could be the same for them, and you know, a perspective, and then you kind of you show an interest in their model or something. Um, no, the narcissist is only interested in just like one thing about you, and it's to get attention, really. And they'll use like a lot of things, even your stuff, to get that attention. That's what love bombing is. I don't want to talk about this. Did you see the cats in the background? Love bombing. Love bombing is when they start telling you about you. Oh, you're this and you're that, and this and that about you. And I love this about you, and you this and you that, and it's so shiny, and you know that, right? And see what they're trying to do is turn you into a little bit of a narcissist. It's like they try to feed you back into you, and you're supposed to go, yeah, me. I don't know. I don't get the point, really. I don't. Because after a while, it's like, can you prove that you are actually just silently witnessing? And I want to talk about, baby. Oh, come on, come on, Annabelle, Annabelle, come here, baby. They're just learning about everything, and even their bodies and everything. And they're like little toddlers. But I love to watch them play, right? And they have to play because, well, yeah, I talked about their life here to cat. They're going to be living a life of catching things and exercising every bit of their superpowers. Anyway, silence. Now the difference between silence and silent. See, there's silence, which is, believe it or not, reality is peace, and it's that silence. It's just you can't say it. You hear sound in silence is what I wanted to say, but and that sound is the truth, you know, whether it be a jet flying over. It doesn't have to be an actual sound though. What we're talking about is what's silent, which is kind of contradictory, but it's still something that's sound. Now the word sound is another word for running so smooth there isn't like any jolt or fragments, or it's like a wheel that spins so perfectly that it doesn't, you can't even tell it's spinning. Mainly we hear is with the horses. When you're buying a horse, you want to make sure it's sound, because you don't want to ride all day on a horse that has an off stride, any kind of sprain or uh, a problem with their legs, because it's not a smooth thing. And if you can imagine it, it's very ill. You know, it doesn't feel good from a head to toe if you're bonding with your horse and you're trying to do. Back in the day, people lived on their horses, and you want to buy a sound horse. That just means that it has no hard dips and fragments within just the movement of something. Well, I'm getting this thing turning off and on. Enjoy the light show, people. So yeah, definitely, it's silent is the light show, which is light, which is the truth, within the silence that is outer space. Just the silent, like just the whole entire encapsulation in which you can perceive the now, right? And it's between my nose and this here, and put your hand on and keep going, and we have the entire universe to the edges, and whatever happened at that edge, man, what do you think it is? Do you think there is an edge? Somebody's gonna wake up and say, well, edge done. Because really, yeah. But anywhere you want to go, it's unlimited, really, and within the truth spectrum, universe, there's one I was gonna say possibility, but that's not the right way to say it. It's very simple. It's not hard to figure out. But I wanted to. So what do you think? I think that's it, because when you're talking about it, um, it's like, see, the truth is silent with a T, and you hear the truth in silence, which is silence is not a solid thing. Silent is. If you keep thinking with me about it, and use it in words and stuff, or a sentence, and then try to do what I'm doing by defining, like, okay, but what is it pointing at in our reality that the sheep live in here? It's the same for everybody if it's the truth. But I know what it is. I wrote down here, what is silent is truth. See, and the rate of, I didn't write it very well here, but I will later in my book that I write. T um, is exaggerated a bit there in silent. See, what is silent is truth. Truth. It's just showing you that T rhymes with truth too, and that's what it's a quiet experience. It's a quiet experience, whether it be, like I was trying to tell you, that there's people yelling yesterday really loud, and it was funny because it's like, these people are so interlocked, and they need to stop eating that shit in the morning or something like that, because it's like, God, you people, please, that's not. It's interesting. You love each other, but that's where it went, right? And they're still loving each other, but it turned into another energy, and it's like, okay, there's a higher octave of love, not your voice. I should speak, right? I mean, we all go through that kind of thing in our life, right? Hopefully we don't keep doing it, though. And so that's the truth, though. That's the truth that rises and falls in reality, includes stuff like this. This is a tourmaline. It's really good. I swear by it. Find some and ground yourself away from the magnetic electrical field. My bracelet, the string finally wore down so much that it was threatening to fly off and get lost forever, but I have it, and I just want to go to the hobby shop, I guess, in my parallel life where I have actual money, and get the right string. It's some kind of bandy string, but I bet you the hobby shop sells stuff to make jewelry like that. It's like, hey, you want to start your own blah 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 and go like this. Anyway, start your own jewelry making business. I realized that I cut my sentences off, and with going back with Pluto about to hit my Mercury 1 degree away, I think I'm doing great. When you're under stress and duress and you're going through hell, some people have no choice, right? But they're like, all right, it's like they take the challenge on, and like, it's time to really get so accurate that I'm. That's the problem. It's like, don't you get tired of seeing auras and decoding the shadow and going to the oracle and doing the tarot because you're surrounded by narcissists that make you amplify your senses that way? It's like, no, and actually, I think, and then doing the math, and they just go think, okay, bye, and they don't even do that work. None. Don't. It's exhausting. That's why it's like, finally you're like, you know what? I need a break from that shit. Fuck it. I love my peace. I like to be able to solve a problem that isn't so like down home, spiritually oriented, tied in with the system, and let's get into the interdimensional realms, and is it a parasite or is it human? No, I would just like to say, give us our day. Wake up in the morning, you're lucky. Can you see it? Wow. You got some food, our daily bread. All right, well, get yourself going, and then um, never forgive a trespasser, by the way. Those people, if you have a live volcano amongst your place where they trespass, just push them in there. Say, there, that's where you wanted to go, right? And it seems like you wanted to come here for some reason. But other than that, the saying goes, forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. As far as that, if you think that you owe, I owe you, why owe you? You are you. A cup. Cups. Us. We. We is the real sound you want to make as you. Um, I think that I show you that on my Facebook a lot. And I'm ordered to be way more stringent. I was programming my phone since I got the download about furthering this stuff on. And I had my phone programmed to, it's trippy. It'll start filling the slot and it'll start doing it in upper cases for me. But when the AI thing came on, it just seems like it came on or something, flattened it all out. Only every once in a while, it's weird. It'll show up. See, it was even doing it while I do my text talk, and it spells out a word. Particularly, it keeps outer space. It'll keep that, and it'll keep what other way? It kept words from a long time ago. It'll come up every once in a while, and it's like, yay! It gives me. So you have three choices in your cell phone for a reason of words, because there's three spectrums. It's just not loaded up yet. I was loading it. See, that's how they found me. Who are they? Me. No, we belong to some of us are on a mission, babes, and it's like the future. It opens up, and you would never dream it. The education system isn't going to tell Tesla that, you're going to get these visions. You are going to open up to the whole spectrum of possibility through energy, frequency, and vibration, and all that stuff. No, the education system doesn't have anything to do with that with them. They tell you of a whole different mode of being. Somehow they were able, that they must have activated both hemispheres of their brain to where they get downloads by what? Well, Tesla, he not that I'm saying it's this, but he he found that Black Knight satellite thing. And it's a satellite that's in the air. It's been there, and it goes in a strange orbit that they can't quite mimic from their NASA, or if they're even doing that. But it's there. And he says it's alien equipment and um, coming through. Why, but just to describe that, if you don't think it's possible that you get more of your insights through that way rather than being told by some other like obvious blah 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 blah. I think you should know something. Yeah, right. Can you shut up? Have you been quiet enough? And that to the point where whenever you do open your mouth, it's like, are you coming to the party tomorrow and the next day and the next day? I mean, and it's like we really need to hear this person speak because it's not narcissism talk. You know how narcissists get they bicker. That's it. They bicker. And they can pull you right into that. They think that you're arguing. They think that the truth is an argument or something, like when you have a firm voice and you're talking the truth, like I'm just a blah blah blah. You start saying, well, I think I'm going to do this for myself, and then blah blah, and they take it as a threat or something. I'm sorry. You bettering yourself and doing something for yourself and actually enjoying something threatens them. I don't know. It's like you got to be all there for them or nothing, And I've experienced this a lot my life here. Hi there, baby. Hi there, sweetheart. Hi. How you doing? Oh, I got you to do. Um, all throughout my life, I've just observed it. I'm not talking about any one person. These people, the narcissist traits and all of their vibrational frequency is inherent. It's the same whether they're Well, they are at toddler stage, and then there's all these methods that toddlers use to try and get people to believe that nobody can see them. You know what I mean? But anyway, uh, it knows no boundaries as far as the traits. Black people, Chinese people, women, men, um, however old, however much money. Um, that's just the way it goes with that. It's like, uh, oh, and you get a kind of little I don't know about you, but as somebody who has the capacity to have actual children come through me, I have a red alert system here that's like, oh, isn't that weird? I do, and I have no problem with like just turning and giving them my worst side. You can have that. You can turn it off and on. See, they have this thing that they're masking, which is their worst side is permanent, and then they're masking it, and they'll it's like, and it's like you can just tell. It's like, yeah, that was about as genuine as they're just fake. There's a perfect little thing I put on Facebook. It was amazing that the way this guy depicted the very dry. It's hard. It's not hard to explain. It's a cookie cut thing. It's like, whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. It's like Mr. Smith comes out. I was like, whoop, there it is. And it's different forms, but the main thing, right, is babble. And oh, the most common, right, is the one that's full of the religious jargon. How about your political people that think that they know what they're talking about? But it mainly turns into argument, right? Perfect. About who? A stupid person. They're always stupid. Oh, I'm so much more. I'm more superior than the president of the United States, and I know better. And that's really, it's all masking. It's like, well, and they're always in grief and disgruntled. It's like, perfect, you fucking narcissist found something to do over there. I'm aiming for, before I die, it will take a little while, and I'm finding the language, and I'm an Aries rising who's sharing it. Like as I go, and something told me, and there was a guides that says, no, make sure you get some a thing going, and then share it. But then it says, but the truth is, it's already here, and you are doing it as you're going, you know. And it's like, I know. Just keep fitting the keys and making rhyme and reason right in front of everybody's face. And you know what? The saying goes like this: lest ye um, be as little children, you shall not see the kingdom of heaven. What they're saying is to translate it even more, and we need to translate things even more. Unfortunately, you can do that forever until you start getting down to the right math. Do the right math, and I'm not talking about particle math. I'm talking about wave math. That's what even your speaking is. If somebody is saying something in English that conveys correctly, I like to hear somebody's broken English every once in a while. They'll say something that's like, one thing I heard the other day, and the guy keeps saying it, and it's like, he says, synchronicity. Synchronicity. I'm like, let's look it up. Synchro, ne, ne, e, I, I. Synchronicity, not nosity. Okay, thank you. I heard so many words like that. Some people say it like that. I mean, people with millions of dollars, and they'll say something in a certain way. And it's like, you know what? Somebody is trying to destroy our lives. I quit that job when I heard that fucking word, and it was, I'm sorry, I was like, it really triggered me up. I was like, you know what? People that are beginning to say that word like that came from something that wants us all so disconnected from the truth that, yeah, live on the Kool-Aid, man. Sorry, I get all intense. Don't apologize for being you. Did I get my point across? I'm glad it's 24 minutes. I wanted to, I might be a little ahead of myself, but I wanted to clarify that. No, you can do it yourself. And what's silent is the truth. It's just here, and it speaks for itself. And that's happening in silence, right? But where is that silence? What is it? I say it's within and without you. It's the same space that is carrying an experience. What is it? Well, I think it's the experiencer. It's never going to leave. It's called this moment now. And nobody really has ever seen anything more or less. I'll close this video with one of my favorite stories, and I shouldn't just tell it twice out of 5,000 time videos. I should have said it 5,000 times, like the Channel 4 News over there. The story goes like this, somebody asked the beloved master, Master, is there life after death? And the master, the beautiful master, by the way, riddled with peace, that it's hard to understand how not to pull their beard and try to knock them off course and say, yeah, and money for you? Fuck off! You're all enlightened and shit! It's like, yeah, sure. Here, let me put my diaper on. Whoops, I ruined my moment. Master, is there life after death? You tell me. Have you ever seen life after now?